What's up everyone? It's been almost 2 weeks since Daniel Durston was evicted from the Big Brother 24 house, but his disdain, language and behaviour towards some house guests seem to show no end in sight. The music pretty much says how he's acting. We've got so much to talk about, so welcome to your Big Brother update. Okay folks, now right before we get started, if you haven't already and you want quick, concise and fun Big Brother videos on your YouTube feed, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and also hit the like button and the bell icon to get notified every single time a brand new upload goes live. Okay folks, it has become apparent to many Big Brother viewers over the past few days that Daniel has once again launched himself into the forefront of Big Brother and revealed some of his views on some of his other house guests. And he is being, in my opinion, coming across as incredibly bitter and not stomaching his eviction very well. He has gone from the Big Brother house to his normal house and he doesn't seem to be liking that, so he's taking it out on everybody around him. But there's a few clips we're going to sort through and I'm going to talk about the transcript from them. Don't want to get copyright issues, so I'm just going to read through what he said word for word and we'll talk about it. So this is the first one. He was on an Instagram live. He was watching a Big Brother episode in the background and he looks at the camera and says, Turner eating the effing muffin and not fessing up to it because he's being a little effing boy about it. Turner, I can't even say the words I want to say, but he's being portrayed as a funny, cute nerd guy or whatever you want to call it. So that was the first one. Turner, of all people, he's going for. We watch Turner day in, day out on the live feeds and we know that he's nothing but fun, energetic, kind, considerate, unless you rub him up the wrong way. And for me in life, I respect those people. Turner has got compassion and caringness for every single person in there, apart from the people that have pushed him. Like Jasmine, for example. We know even from the episodes that Turner is not a fan of Jasmine. I think, in my eyes, this is Daniel holding disdain for Turner for being the person. Do you all remember? Cast your minds back to when Turner stood up in front of everyone and called out the Taylor bullying in front of everybody, and it almost seems as though Daniel isn't willing to learn from that situation. I think he probably just feels that he's being ridiculed by another man, and as a result, that's why he's out here saying that Turner is being a little effing bitch boy about it. I think that's quite frankly disgusting because Turner is a class act. Turner is 10 times the man Daniel has ever acted during his time on Big Brother and post Big Brother as well. And I'm sure Turner will do that as well. Do you know what, right? If Turner ends up getting taken out by, I don't know, pick someone random, Taylor, he's not going to spend his time after the season going, Taylor's, a little effing... Daniel, on the other hand, though, seems to be mad about it still. But that's the first one, folks. There's more where that came from. Okay, gang, round 2 of Budget Elvis trashing Turner the Muffin King, and here's what he says on this time on the same Instagram live. Although I don't know actually if it was the same one. It was on a Instagram live. I just saw the clip separate, and he says, "Turner's a effing joke. This guy's an effing bozo." Bitter much? He needs to put his blue suede shoes on and get to stepping. That's all I'll say about that one. Turner's not a joke. Turner's a class act who stood up for bullying in the house against Taylor from Daniel and his friend Paloma that planted the nasty ass seeds with Nicole as well from the early days, putting Taylor on the outs. We even saw, remember that blow up where Daniel pinned Paloma's leaving on Taylor? And Taylor, there was that heartbreaking moment where Taylor was like, don't, you can't say that, basically. And my heart sank when I saw that, and I know a lot of you guys did as well because you told me. And it baffles me that even after that and after all the press that he's done and after being able to sit back after this, he hasn't even reflected enough to kind of say his own mistakes. Do you know what it seems like? This is my take on it. It seems like he's realised, I can't put any more blame on Taylor because I'll get hate for it. But I've got a complex where I can't take responsibility myself. I'm going to have to pin it on someone else. And that's why he's directing it towards Turner right there. There's another bit later where he kind of dilutes it onto the whole house, so stay tuned for that. But I can't begin to talk about how many things are wrong with him saying that Turner's an effing joke and that he's an effing bozo. See this? It's an invisible Uno reverse card. Uno, whatever. I don't know how you guys pronounce it in the US, but we say Uno. See this Uno reverse card? I'm playing it on Daniel because it's certainly not Turner. That's the effing bozo or the effing joke. Segment 3 of Budget Elvis trashing the house. Here is Daniel talking about the house in general. He specifically starts with Indy and then gets on to everyone. How can Daniel be right and everybody else be wrong? Somewhere in his head he thinks that's right. But anyway, let's continue on. I mean, Indy would be great in the Brazil version, but she doesn't understand the US version. So I got stuck with these effing clowns who didn't know how to play the US version or didn't want to. So let's break that one down. In a sentence, Daniel is basically saying that nobody could play the game but him. Just going to pause for a moment so y'all can just laugh as well, because that's essentially what he's saying there. He got stuck with a bunch of people who couldn't play Big Brother. Because obviously we're looking at, Dr. Will Kirby 2.0 right there. Daniel Durston, 4th evicted in his season. I really don't even feel like breaking this one down. I feel like my silence is saying it all. And I know for a fact that all of you guys right now will be thinking in your head exactly the same as I am. I'm going to break it down anyway. So he padded it with a compliment first, or a backhanded compliment towards Indy that says, she'd be good in the Brazil version, but she didn't understand the US one. There's Daniel showing his nice side. And then everybody's effing clowns. That's what happens here. Yeah, they're the clowns. Totally Daniel. Who didn't know how to play the US version or didn't want to. And that's why they're all in there now. Granted, I'll give him something. There's a couple in there. I'll say, someone like Alyssa isn't playing the game. But honestly, that's probably the only one I could think of. Everybody has kind of brought something this season, which is why it's been so unpredictable and a roller coaster where we're going into the final 8 after the double eviction and we're going to be going, who's going this week? Yes, Kyle is house target, but we know that Kyle has 9 lives because production loves him. So it's one of those things where we still don't know who has the money in the bag right now or who is going to get to the end. Because usually at this point we go, yeah, it's going to be Cody's going to get to the final 2. Xavier's going to get to the final 2 and Big D will be dragged along. And then it happens. We can't say that at this point. So people are playing the game, and that's why things are so unpredictable. So for Daniel to come out here and say that he got stuck in the house with a bunch of effing clowns who aren't playing the game couldn't be further from the truth. Once again, folks, say hello to my invisible Uno reverse card. Daniel, I played on you. That is all of your Big Brother updates for today, folks. I thoroughly hope you all enjoyed watching. And do you know what as well? Had a good laugh at the end because some of those claims were laughable, comedic, and quite frankly, ridiculous. I figured that when people leave the house, or at least a few of them, they do some self-reflection and actually work towards becoming a better person and making those apologies from the things that they have said. Granted, I'm going to give this to Nicole. Nicole has kind of just pulled herself back, and it seems like she's doing self-reflection because the only other option would be to go rampant on social media, like a couple of them have done, aka Daniel and Paloma. Birds of a feather flock together, folks. Love and marriage go together like a horse and carriage. That's what goes on there, folks. And side note, they did actually meet up. I saw a selfie of theirs the other day. They met up. Once again, birds of a feather, they flock together. But thank you so much for watching, everybody. I appreciate every single one of you for your support. If you enjoyed this video, even just 5 seconds of it, I would appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button. It would absolutely mean the damn world to me. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I hope that everybody's staying safe, staying positive, staying healthy out there. And remember to be kind to one another. God, after listening to all that crap, remember to be kind to one another. But in the meantime, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, do all of that wonderful stuff. But until your next live feed update, I've been your host, Tom Vasey. Good night.